Going into an interview is one of the hardest parts about being a journalist. I think most experienced writers could probably ring off a list of their worst interviews without having to give it much thought, because the bad ones seem to stick with you. The two keys to conducting a successful interview are confidence and preparation. Confidence is one of those natural characteristics that some were blessed with and some weren't. You can't really teach confidence. Some find human interactions easy and can talk their way into or out of any situation, while the rest of us curse our gene pool for providing awkward silences. For the majority of people, there aren't many situations worse than being one-on-one with somebody who doesn't want to talk with you and bracing the pause when your question doesn't go as planned. What we can work on though is your preparation, and hope that in knowing you're ready for the interview, your confidence will rise. My name's Lachlan Ross and I'll be your instructor for journalistic interviewing. I'm a fourth year creative non-fiction writing major at the University of Victoria. I've completed my minor in journalism and I've been writing for both the Martlet and Island Sports News for the past 7 months. In that time I've interviewed people in person, over the phone, over Skype, email and even text messages. I think the thing that I've really learned is that circumstances aren't always perfect, so you've just got to make do with whatever's available at the time. Whether it's television, print or web journalism, the basic skills of conducting an interview are still the same. So the core concepts of this course are going to be covering the 3 stages of an interview. Preparing, both physically and mentally. So physically you want to prepare by bringing a tape recorder, bringing a pad and pen, having your questions written down so they're at your ready to question. And then mentally preparing. Have you researched your subject? Are you familiar with their work? Are you familiar with what the situation is that you're asking them about? Then that leads into the second one, which is questioning, so different techniques in questioning. If somebody's being quite short with you and not answering the way you'd like them to, they're not giving you quotable answers, you can do things like asking an open-ended question, which gets them talking. There's several techniques that you can use to get somebody talking, to basically get them to speak in quotes. And that's huge as a journalist because you can't be paraphrasing everything. You want to get some direct quotes. Finally, the post-interview. I like to call this notes and quotes. So taking notes on their surroundings. Even just a small detail like all their pens were lined up on their desk says a lot about a character that you're not going to get out of your audio from the interview. And then remembering quotes. So if you know of a couple of really strong quotes that you got out of the interview, you might want to make a quick note of those on your pad or on your audio recorder so that you know to come back to those straight away when you get home. So after taking this course, you'll be able to mentally prepare for journalistic interviews, know the physical tools required to interview, have multiple tricks to engage your subject, and be able to look for strong setting characteristics to note. Hopefully through all of this, you will increase your confidence through being prepared. Online classes can be tough to keep up with and easy to let slide. So a couple of tips for succeeding online in this course are to set aside a time every day to work on the course. Make it a part of your schedule as if it would be if it were a regular class. Ask questions on the class forum. Help each other out. You're all in the same boat. Not everybody knows what's going on, so don't be afraid to ask for help. Go back and watch previous lessons again. If you're unsure of something, if you feel like you've missed something, or even if you just want to double check, you might even pick something up the second time through. And finally, don't hesitate to contact me if you feel lost. Thanks very much, and I hope you enjoy the course.